Hey y'all, this is Slow Reports, and I am here with a new bang. We are deep into the 2026 NBA playoffs, and at this point, only the best of the best are still standing. Every possession matters, every game is pressure, and the stars are separating themselves from everyone else in the league. So in this video, I'm ranking the top 10 players left in the playoffs based on three things: impact on winning, efficiency, and health. Some names will be expected, and some are going to surprise people. So, let's get into it. First honorable mention is Jalen Williams. J-Dub only played 4 playoff games so far, averaging 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game on 50% from the field, 33.3% from 3, and 75% from the free throw line. When he's on the floor, he still has clear impact as a two-way connector and secondary scorer. He helps stabilize the offense and takes pressure off the main creators. But the biggest issue is availability. He simply hasn't played enough games in this playoff run due to injury, and that limits his overall impact compared to the rest of the list. If he stayed healthy, he would easily be higher. Coming in at number 10 is De'Aaron Fox. Fox has had a solid playoff run, averaging 18.8 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 6 assists per game on 48% from the field, 33% from 3, and 75% from the free throw line. His speed and downhill pressure are still elite, and he constantly forces defenses to collapse and rotate. He's also been a steady playmaker and helps control tempo for the Spurs offense. But compared to the players above him, his impact hasn't been quite as strong or consistent throughout the entire run. That's why he lands at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is James Harden. Harden has had a solid playoff run, averaging 19.6 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game. He's still a strong offensive creator and playmaker, capable of controlling an offense and generating looks for others. However, turnovers have been an issue, averaging 3.9 per game, and he's had some inconsistent scoring performances, including just 9 points in Game 7 against the Pistons. So, while the talent and playmaking are still there, the consistency just hasn't been at the same level as the players above him. Coming in at number 8 is Stephon Castle. Castle has been one of the biggest breakout players of this playoff run. He's averaging 19 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 7 assists per game on 53% from the field, 34% from 3, and 81% from the free throw line. He's taken on a huge offensive role, often running the offense and creating under heavy playoff pressure. His efficiency has been very impressive considering the responsibility he's carrying. But the main issue is turnovers. He's averaging 3.7 turnovers per game, and in key moments of the Western Conference Finals, that ball security has been a problem under pressure. Still, his rise this playoffs has been undeniable. Coming in at number 7 is Evan Mobley. Mobley has been a key piece in the Cavaliers' strong playoff run. He's averaging 16.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 2.4 blocks per game. He impacts the game on both ends, offensively as a smart finisher and connector, and defensively as an elite rim protector. He doesn't always dominate the box score, but his consistency and two-way value have been crucial for Cleveland's success. Next in at number 6 is Chet Holmgren. Chet is averaging 17.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks per game. Even though his raw stats may not look as dominant as some other bigs, his impact on winning has been massive. Offensively, he's been extremely efficient, especially in the first 2 rounds, where he was finishing around 90% at the rim, showing just how dominant he is as a finisher. Defensively, his rim protection and shot-altering presence completely change how teams attack the paint. So even with slightly lower traditional stats, his overall impact pushes him into the top. Coming in at number 5 is Karl Anthony Towns. Towns is averaging 17 points, 10.3 rebounds, and 6.5 assists per game on 53.8% from the field, 46.5% from 3, and 85% from the free throw line. Offensively, he's been incredibly efficient and versatile. He stretches the floor at an elite level, finishes inside, and has also added real playmaking value. His spacing alone completely changes how defenses have to guard his team. He's been strong on the boards and very effective as a secondary creator throughout the playoffs. Defensively, he's been solid enough to stay on the floor, but the players above him are just on another level offensively and overall in impact. So because of that gap, he lands at number 5. Next in number 4 is Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell is averaging 25.9 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game. He's been a consistent scoring threat every night and one of the main offensive engines for his team. He can take over games with shot creation, pull-up shooting, and explosive scoring runs that swing momentum instantly. But compared to the top three, the difference comes down to overall control, efficiency, and two-way balance. That's why he lands at number 4. Following Mitchell in number 3 is Jalen Brunson. Brunson is averaging 27.6 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 6.7 assists per game. He has been one of the most dominant playoff performers in this entire run. He controls tempo, breaks down defenses with elite footwork, and consistently delivers in clutch moments. He's not just a scorer, he's a complete offensive organizer. Compared to Mitchell, Brunson's efficiency, control, and consistency give him the edge. That's why he sits at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is Victor. Wemby is averaging 22.1 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 4 blocks per game. Defensively, he has been completely dominant. He protects the rim at an elite level, alters countless shots, and forces teams to completely change their offensive approach just to avoid him. Offensively, he is still very impactful, but not as complete as the top offensive engines in the league. His scoring is effective, but not as consistent in controlling the entire flow of the game. So while his defensive impact is unmatched, the slightly lower offensive impact keeps him at number 2. Finally, at number 1 is the two-time MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai has been the best player in these playoffs. He's averaging 28.7 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game. And he's also been solid defensively throughout the run. Offensively, he is the engine of everything. He controls the pace, gets to his spots whenever he wants, and consistently delivers as both a scorer and playmaker. Now, one thing people bring up is that he gets a lot of free throws, but that's still a skill. Drawing fouls, putting pressure on defenders, and forcing teams into tough situations is something very few players can actually do at that level. Every night, he produces with consistency, efficiency, and control. So when you combine impact, efficiency, leadership, and availability, Shai is the clear number 1 player in this playoff run.